Hello, I'm Cameron Mitchell. I'm Director in the Industrial and Logistics team here in Birmingham. We're going to talk about the big box market today for both the UK and the West Midlands market. The statistics show a disappointing take-up for the first half of 2014, with 1,094,000 square feet taken up in the West Midlands this half year compared to 3.374 million taken up last half year. But that is a trend across the UK, with 6.4 million square feet taken up in H1 2014 against 8.3 million square feet in 2013, which is a reduction of about 23%. I think the stats are really showing that we've got a severe imbalance of supply in the market, and the occupiers who are looking to take more space can't find the space that they want, so they're having to look at design and build, which takes longer, and therefore it takes longer to feed through into the take-up statistics. It's not just supply, the market's changing, and we have more and more different operators in the market, particularly from parcel distribution hubs. There have been another number of occupiers who have looked for bespoke facilities which can't be taken from existing buildings. People like DPD at Hinckley and UK Mail at Wright and Coventry. They've taken bespoke facilities which just wouldn't be available in the existing buildings. Speculative development is coming back into the market as people become more and more convinced that the occupiers are out there, but it's very much targeted on and focused on key logistics markets and areas, so very much the Golden Triangle and areas close to the motorway locations. The outlying areas are not seeing any speculative development, and I don't think that's going to happen in the near future, which will probably mean that although we'll get some speculative development, there will be a lot more build to suit in the market than there has been for many, many years. It's not to say that build to suit will dominate, but until there is more speculative product in the market, it's probably the only route for occupiers. Well, I think the biggest demand is going to come from the discount retailers, who seem to have prospered very well in this financial climate that we've had, and they continue to look to cut costs and improve their distribution facilities. The demand from the automotive sector has continued to play a big part in the West Midlands market, but perhaps not as big a part as you may have thought. Probably only about 30% of the market for the big boxes has come through the automotive sector, and that has primarily been through the distribution of parts rather than the manufacturing side. Yes, we've definitely seen a big movement forward on land prices in the West Midlands and the UK as a whole, and I think that's probably getting to about the top of where it's going to get to. The appetite for strategic land continues and will carry on. There's many people who want to get into that sector, who want to be able to secure land to create income-producing assets to put into funds. We recently sold a 40-acre site at Wrighton in Coventry to Prologis, and we had a number of very competitive offers for that site. Well, I think all the traditional names that you would expect to see in the logistics market, such as Prologis and Gaisley and Goodman and Roxhill and Seagrow, are still there, but I think we're going to see a number of new entrants going to be backed by funds coming through that as well. But the problem is actually finding that land, as that land is in very short supply. What we're seeing with rents is that the net effective rents are starting to increase, with a lot less incentive being offered by landlords. But also we're seeing headline rents increase on new schemes, so quoting rents are going up. Fundamentally, this is going to lead to headline rents going up over time. Yeah, occupier demand is going to swing back in favour of landlords. We're seeing some competitive positions on buildings that are available in the market in key strategic locations, and landlords are going to be able to secure much better terms than they were even 12 months ago. Take-up for the second half of 2014 is going to be a lot stronger. We can see a lot of speculative buildings that are coming through now, which will probably be taken up prior to PC. And we're also expecting to see a lot more activity from new developers coming into the market trying to acquire land.